Okay, welcome to Lakshya Academy. Okay, this is the 16th part of excretory products and their elimination. Okay, in this part, we are going to learn reabsorption and secretion DCT, distal convoluted tubule and connect and collecting duct. In the previous two parts, we learned reabsorption and secretion in PCT as well as in descending limb of Henle's loop. Here, the remaining parts descending limb and as well as ascending limb of Henle's loop. In this part, the remaining parts, one is DCT, which is the last part of the nephron, and the another part collecting that in which many nephrons open, that is called collecting that how reabsorption and secretion take place in those parts. Okay, this is the PCT. We discussed this part earlier, and this is the reabsorption, reabsorption and secretion. Secretion not yet completed here. In loop of only in one part secretion occurs. Okay, now come to the DCT. Okay, there is the two types of reabsorption: conditional reabsorption and facultative reabsorption. What are the two types of reabsorption? Conditional reabsorption and facultative reabsorption. Conditional reabsorption and facultative reabsorption. The conditional reabsorption means it depends on the conditions. The reabsorption occurs depending on the conditions present in our body. For example, okay, if you take more water into your body, if you take more water, that means the conditions in your blood changes. Okay, if you are dehydrated, if you sweat out, if you do lot of exercise, there will be more sweating. Okay, when you sweat out, okay, that means your blood volume water decreases. That means the conditions in our body is not are not same all the time. They change according to the conditions. Okay, in our body, this reabsorption takes place. That's why it is called conditional or facultative reabsorption. Okay, here conditional and facultative reabsorption of sodium and water takes place in DCT. Conditional or facultative, earlier you learned another one, mandatory or obligatory reabsorption that takes place in descending limb of Henle's loop and PCT. Okay, it takes place in DCT. In DCT, reabsorption of water is variable, not constant. It changes. When you drink more water, here reabsorption is less. When you are dehydrated, reabsorption is more. Okay, it depends on, it changes, and it is who is regulating this conditional reabsorption of water here? That is regulated by one hormone called ADH, which is synthesized by the hypothalamus and released by the post neurohypophysis of the pituitary gland. You will be learning about that in the next lesson, chemical coordination and integration. Okay, this hormone, what is this hormone? ADH, antidiuretic hormone, also called as vasopressin, that is regulating this reabsorption of water where in the DCT. DCT is also capable of reabsorption of HCO3 minus and selective secretion of H plus K plus into the DCT. Selective secretion. Selective secretion of what? Selective secretion of K plus and H plus into distal convoluted tubule. See again. Okay, DCT is capable of reabsorption. You can see here it is capable of reabsorption of HCO3 minus reabsorption. I told you earlier, reabsorption means if anything is coming out. If anything is coming out, I will tell you reabsorption. What is reabsorption? Here, what is this one? Distal second coil tube, second convoluted tube. This is DCT, distal convoluted tube. If anything comes from the DCT into this peritubular capillaries, red color one, that is called reabsorption. If anything comes from the blood to DCT, that is called secretion. Okay, I hope you got it. Oh, see here. Okay, DCT is also capable of reabsorption of HCO3 and selective secretion of H plus and K plus into DCT from the peritubular network. Why this secretion is taking place here? The reabsorption of HCO3 minus and selective secretion of H plus K plus to maintain here what is happening. Observe here once. Okay, here what is this one? This is a okay. This is the anion HCO3 minus. These two are the cations. It is coming outside. These two are entering. Okay, why it is happening to maintain? Why it is happening to maintain pH and sodium potassium balance in the blood? Okay, right. Next part is in the collecting duct. Faculty to reabsorption of water in the CD is influenced by ADH. In the collecting duct also reabsorption of water takes place here. You can observe here reabsorption of water. And this reabsorption of water is also influenced by the okay, this is a it is influenced by ADH hormone. This segment allows passage of small amount of urea to the medullary interstitium or interstitial fluid to keep its osmolarity. To keep up its osmolarity. The osmolarity in this part is what is meant by osmolarity. You learnt in the previous part. Amount of solute present in a solution is called osmolarity. Okay, here the osmolarity in this lower part is around 1200 milliosmoles. Okay, urea is coming here outside. Okay, that urea reabsorption of water, urea in this part helps to maintain desired osmolarity, not entire urea, small amounts of urea. Okay, once the urea comes here, observe the urea recycle. I'm telling now, urea coming from this part, collecting that and entering into the thin segment of the ascending limb. Then it comes to the thick segment. Again, it comes to DCT. Again, it comes to the cortical collecting that. It comes to the medullary collecting that. Again, some part comes here. This is called urea recycle, not urea cycle. That is a different one. Okay, why urea is coming? Small amounts of urea. Why it is retained in the medulla? To maintain desired osmolarity to form the concentrated urine. Otherwise, concentrated urine is not formed. Okay, it also plays a role in pH. Segment passes small amount of urea to the medulla to keep its osmolarity. It also plays a role in maintenance of pH and ionic balance of blood. By selective secretion of H plus and K plus ions are also secreted here. You have to note down that one like here. Here H plus is secreted, K plus is secreted into the DCT. Same you have to write here. It is not shown in the diagram. Okay, right. The fluid that enters into the duct of Bellini, earlier you learned, from the collecting duct. The fluid that is entering into the duct of Bellini from the collecting duct is hypertonic, that is called urine, which is the fluid that enters the duct of Bellini from the CD. Collecting duct is called urine, which is hypertonic to plasma. Our plasma osmolarity, can you tell me what is the osmolarity of a blood plasma? 300 milliosmoles. What is the osmolarity of our urine? 1200 milliosmol. That means it is hypertonic to our blood. Okay, that's from this video. In the next video, I will compare all the four parts: listening limb, collecting net, what are reabsorbed, what are secreted, where are these parts located,